Welcome everyone. Today's video is going to be a little technique video on how I made this little faded heart. It's real simple to do. It's only a one-step process. It's perfect for beginning stampers. And I used the I Heart Hearts stamp set from Stampin' Up! For this one, but it's perfect with any image. So we'll get started. You want to take a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I cut it 3 inches by 6 inches, and we're going to score it on the 3-inch line. You can also use your bone folder and run it down, but I have the scoring blade, so I just go up and back a couple of times, and you've made your score line that way. Fold it over. Take my bone folder and just make the crease nice and tight, real crisp. Then the next thing you're going to need is for the style that I did for today, and these are great with any pastel colors. I like the inked image to be darker than the background. I'm using the Pretty in Pink textured cardstock, and this is cut 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And also a piece of designer paper, pattern paper, anything that you have. This happens to be the designer series paper in the pattern stacks, and this is the pastel color collection. They have Stampin' Up! Has them in all of their regular collections in the colors, and they're real pretty to coordinate together. So the first thing that we're going to do is stamp the image. And I'm going to use Melon Mambo. You'll need a piece of scrap paper to practice on, because you're going to be stamping off. And what that means is you're going to take your image. This is one of the heart images from the I Heart Hearts stamp set from Stampin' Up! And you're going to get your ink on your image quite solid. You want it completely covered. But seeing that I want this to have a faded look, I'm going to stamp off. So you take it over, it's fully inked, and stamp it off on a piece of scrap paper. And I push pretty hard on this because I really want the center of the heart to be very faint. And you'll see what I mean in just a moment. So you lift it off, and you can tell that's a perfect image just that you would do on a regular stamping for a card. So you can tell that this is pretty dry now. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. And what you're going to do, I'll bring it a little bit closer for you. You're going to roll this around the edge. So you just want to lightly roll it around the edge, and then I'll show you again on the scrap paper how that will come out. Then you would be doing this on your actual final image, but we'll do it in just a moment. This is just a practice. And you put it down and press, and you'll see how it's faded. So it goes from a normal image that you would get, which is still beautiful, to that image, which is really, I think, a really unique, easy one-step way of doing it. So we'll do it on our actual piece of paper now. So as I said, we're going to stamp off first, press reasonably hard, roll it around the edge, and then we're going to stamp it right about here. And there you have your faded image. I think is really a unique look. Okay, so we're done with that. Now what I'm going to do is stamp a sentiment. This happens to be from the Whimsical Words stamp set that I had. I think it's retired now, but there are a lot of other. This is really a versatile design. You can use it for anything that you would like. And we're going to overlap part of the K on top of this heart. And I used basic black classic ink on that. For this design, I used the small little pearls, basic pearl jewels. We're going to dot the I. Let you see how cute that is. Also would be beautiful to use the rhinestone jewels. The reason I'm using the pearl is because it coordinates really nicely. I wanted it kind of more of a satin look. Then I'm just going to round the corners with the corner rounder. Cut yourself off just a small little piece, and leave a little bit of an edge to wrap around. Bit of snail. Now the best way that I've found to do this is I'll hold my ribbon where I would like it placed and just flip it over. You'll still have time to adjust it. But I do like a little anchoring piece of adhesive. So get one side done. You can also flip it over and adjust it, but I like to make real sure that it's level. So I know I have the left side really nice and smooth, so I'll just face it toward me and then I'll bend it over. Make it nice and snug, and you can tell that it's a real easy way to do that also. Then you're going to adhere it onto your pretty and pink texture. Run some of your snail over the edges of that ribbon. It really helps secure it. You don't want it coming off your pretty note card at the end. Put one in the middle, and then we'll center this here, even around the sides as best as you can. And then again, center it on your note card base that you made. Perfect. Here's the first one that we did. I also did a little image from the other part of the stamp set. There's some really cute hearts in that I Heart Heart stamp set. So I used the Melon Mambo ink, a couple images here, and then I just did the matching envelope liner. So I hope you try these, and I hope you enjoy that new one-step faded heart. Thank you. Stop by again. Bye-bye.